This is MacKenna.
Hi.
I'm Shae Taylor. What's up? Real quick, subscribe, like, do all the things. Now that that's over with. Today we're gonna be talking about our boot camp experience. One, it's hilarious. And two, I don't know, I feel like there's just not enough information out there in general. So let's just get right into it. I think we should start with day one. What was your day one like?
Oh my god, that was like P days, right?
Yeah. Processing days. It's like the first week and you have to get a bunch of vaccines. Honestly, you're treated like a herd of cattle.
It's terrible.
Like you
terrible.
no longer have a name really. It's just recruit this, recruit that, and you feel like you're an inmate. They may as well be calling you inmate.
Yeah, you wear your sweatpants, you have to like tie it around your waist and all be uniform and your sneakers, and you watch like all the older people like march by, and it's just, P-Day sucks. It's like what, a week, 2 weeks?
A week.
Yeah, processing. So much paperwork and signing your name, and everyone's screaming at you for blinking. You have to like face the walls. Like it's a shock. All boot camp's not that bad, but like week one, you're like, what am I doing? Why did I decide to do this?
It's absurd. And the first day that you get there, you have to stay awake for 24 plus, I think like 40 hours.
Yeah,
you end up staying awake.
Bad.
It's so insane. And finally, like, okay, this is my experience of like the first 2 days of boot camp. I show up. One, I'm not good at sleep deprivation in general, so the fact that we had to go 40 hours without sleep, I was like, I wanted to quit right then and there. But I knew that my why and my purpose was way bigger. But here's what happened. You have these things called watches in boot camp. It's like where you literally have to stand there for 4 hours, and if there is an RTC, which is like a drill instructor, if they come in, you have to like salute them, which is really, I mean, I get why they do it, but they're enlisted. But you salute them, but you're indoors. I don't know. They're training you, you're in training. But you have to sit there and say this like little script, and then they have to challenge you. So they ask you a bunch of questions. If you get it wrong, then you can, like, they make you do push-ups. And anyway, so finally, the night that we got to go to sleep, I was woken up 3 hours later to go stand a 4-hour watch. So I'm going on like hour like 45 really of no sleep. And I was like, Mom, please come save me. I'm scared. I was already over it, and I'm like, man, I have 8 weeks of this. And it was night 2. All right, let's talk about the most disgusting thing that happened to you.
You go first. I've been waiting to hear this story.
Okay. Like, this girl's name is engraved in my brain because of how appalled I was. You shower with 20 other girls, and dudes shower with dudes. Like, you don't shower together, obviously. I was showering, it was Sunday, so we could take a longer shower, and I was sitting there, and I had shampoo in my hair, and I was like, just, you know, like, enjoying the hot water. All of a sudden, I like feel someone next to me. I look up. This girl is literally shaving her pubes and then put it in the shower head above me.
No.
I'm not even kidding you. How disgusting. She was putting her pubes in my hair.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, why are you shaving your pubes at boot camp? Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Who are you like, what? No. Like, I was appalled. I looked at her. I said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm just shaving." I'm like, "You can go over there because that's disgusting."
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know what to say. I couldn't look at her the rest of the time in boot camp. And I told some of my friends, like my rack mate, and like they were just like the whole rest of the time. Nobody wanted to shower with her because there's things you just don't do.
Yeah, girls do the dangest stuff.
They do the most disgusting things. I feel like they're more gross than dudes in the shower.
Mine's a shower story too.
Let's hear it.
That's why I was like, oh my god, they're the same one. But okay, so when you shower, there's like 3 or 4 different shower like posts in the middle, and you huddle around. Yeah. You have like 8 minutes to shower, so like don't wash your hair every time. You know, do your little armpits, girl business. You know, that's about all you need to do.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't advise shaving your legs because that just wastes time too.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like, what, 30 some girls in there, in and out trying to shower. You were body to body with the girls.
You're like bumping
naked.
butts, and it's like soapy, and you're like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
no.
it's just, wear your shower shoes.
Yes.
But you're gonna be bumping into naked people left and right.
You'll get over it.
Okay, so it's all of us in there hustling and bustling. We're like, oh my gosh, like, you're out, now it's port and starboard coming in, you know, whatever. And all of a sudden, we just kind of smell something funky, and we look over, and there's a girl tinkling in the shower. All over every girl's feet.
Ew.
And we were like, ew, stop. Just, how do you justify that? Like, it was so gross. And like, I never pee in their own shower, but you don't pee on someone's feet when there's like 30 girls in there.
That's disgusting.
And it smelled funky because it was like boot camp water.
Ew.
It was so gross.
What did you do?
I just like told my RTC, and they were just like, okay, and they went and like yelled at her, I guess, but
that's disgusting.
it was nasty. Please don't pee on other people.
Ew. Okay, yeah, I don't know whose story wins, but like, I can't say I was peed on during boot camp, so.
But
yeah,
the shower situation, you are naked with like every other girl there, but you were moving so fast, no one's looking and no one cares. I used to be a talker. That was the hardest for me. At dinner,
you were one of them.
A talker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got in trouble all the time.
I couldn't stand these people. They got us in trouble at every moment they would be talking.
It's so hard.
No, because then the whole division has to go do push-ups because of your like rambling mouth. I couldn't stand those people.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk. I think the hardest thing for me getting adjusted was at lunchtime or at mealtime. Like, you're not allowed to talk or really like look at anyone. You have to like stare down your food, and you only get like 10 minutes to eat, and eat it really fast, and you don't talk. You can talk to yourself in the bathroom, but they're still gonna yell.
It's weird. You end up like talking in your head to yourself because I forgot about that you can't talk to anyone. Wow. Oh yeah, you cry a lot. I mean, for the girls at least, like, there's appropriate times to cry, and that's at night when you're in bed and you actually hear people crying, and it's really sad, but it's a good emotional release. I cried at the dentist. I was sitting there, and I was like, once again, they were herding us like cattle, and we were getting x-rays. I go into this room with this HM, which is like a corpsman. He did the wrong thing. He asked me if I was okay. You don't ask somebody in boot camp if they're okay, because they're not okay. Also church.
Yes.
Church on Sunday. So there's this thing called holiday routine, which it's not holiday whatsoever. I don't know why they call it that. But it's like 4 hours on Sundays that you have, and you get to take long showers, and you can just clean or shine your boots. You can go to church. So I would go to church every time, and I would like scream, and I would cry, and I would praise, and I would sing, because they can't do anything to you there. So that was like such a good release, is going to church, and you had like that 1 hour a week to just let everything fade away. Even if you're not religious, like, just go, because it's a good release.
Yeah, I forgot I went there. I didn't go there every time, but when I went there, it felt great. It just felt great to just like sing.
Yeah, and just move around, and you could just like, you felt like yourself again. And I think that is one thing about boot camp. You feel like you lose yourself, but I promise you, you're not. It's just 8 weeks of
deep down.
Yeah. 8 weeks of just listening to what someone else is saying to do. Like, that's probably the number one thing to be successful, is just you listen attentively and do exactly as they say. If they say tie your left shoe but not your right shoe, you're gonna tie your left shoe but not your right shoe. Like, they make it really dummy proof.
Yeah, it's all about following directions.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm sure they did stuff like that just to mess people up.
First of all, if your recruiter tells you that you don't have to dye your hair, like, if it's not your natural color, you're gonna have to dye it. So make sure you dye your hair before boot camp back to your natural color. Because I showed up blonde, and it looked good. I mean, it was like, it looked natural, but obviously it was highlights. This is my natural color. This RTC, she made me dye my hair. All right, cool. I got over that. I was like crying, and another recruit was like just pouring this dye on top of my head. I was sitting there in my underwear, bawling my eyes out. I had this RTC screaming at me to get it done in 5 minutes. I don't know, if you've ever dyed your hair, you know it takes longer than 5 minutes. And then I had to wash it out. I got the entire shower like full of dye, and then I had to clean the entire head, the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank God we had another RDC. I'm not going to name his name, but he was like the calm in the storm. He was like literally one of the huge reasons why I was like okay at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He was still really strict and, you know, still like had that line and that bearing, but he's kind of like a Papa Bear. Like, you could tell.
You need that.
You could tell he cared. Whoa. Your drill instructors are there to push you and to mold you into sailors. So don't think that they hate you. I feel like at the end of the day, like my RDCs, they don't even think about me anymore. Like that was so long ago.
Right.
They're gonna be hard on you and mean, but you just know that you just kind of gotta act it out. You gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah, try not to take it personally, even if it just feels like they are just crapping on you over and over and over.
Yeah.
Some days I was on the good end, some days they hated me. It was just whatever. But
that's another thing. Did people like have motivational speeches at night?
I was the motivational
Stop!
speaker.
Oh my god, we wouldn't be friends in
just
boot camp.
for like, because everyone would come to me all during the day and give me all the drama, and so I was like, okay, we'll handle this at night. So it'd be like a 5-minute thing, and I'd be like, I don't care about anything that's going on. Like, here's your motivation. Now go to bed and don't talk to me till the morning time.
So there are jobs that you can have in boot camp. Go look them up online because there's a lot, but RPOC is one of them, and it's like they're the head of the division. They have to guide the division. You are like pretty much the RDC's right-hand man, so you're in the limelight the whole time. I did everything that I could possible to not get that position. So I kind of went under the radar during boot camp. I was already an E3 going in. I had a college degree. Like, I just wanted to get in and get out. This one, she got picked for it. So she was forced into it. Yeah. Sometimes you're forced into jobs and, I mean...
And they won't let you leave.
Didn't you try to get fired?
Yeah, like every day. But, yeah, if you come in with college courses and you're like, I think you can do ROTC stuff and you can come in as an E3, which is the highest rank you can be.
Yeah.
Stay under the radar all of boot camp. Do what you're told. Don't ever volunteer for anything.
Yeah.
Just to make your life that much less stressful. But if you're an E1 or an E2 and you hold some kind of like title, as usually you'll get promoted and it's not that much of a pay raise, but then once you come out into big Navy and you're trying to advance, that's like 2 less tests or whatever you have to take.
Yeah, so, definitely like propel yourself if you feel like you can do it and you're not like taking on too much. I feel like I was barely getting through boot camp just because like, I don't know, the exhaustion. I mean, I'm not special, like everyone was feeling it, but I am a person that needs like 8-9 hours of sleep a night. You get like 6 hours a night there. Oh my goodness.
If even. And then you get woke up for the dumbest stuff and everyone flicks the lights on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the worst. I was a grumble puss because everyone kept like keeping me up at night and I was like, girl, like I need uninterrupted sleep.
Oh my gosh.
It was funny.
I look back and I think one of my favorite moments, my favorite RDC, we were all standing there and we were getting a uniform inspection. And my rack mate was next to me. Oh, I'm happy, I laugh a lot, and it's just who I am. So there was this one girl, and she's from Thailand, and I just thought her accent was so cute. She was like, "Peta asa," like literally the cutest accent in the world. And every time she would talk, I would giggle. And so I was like, oh my god, it's coming, it's coming. Like I was trying to keep my mouth shut, and I was standing there, and my rack mate next to me, she's like, "Couch, shut up." Because you're not supposed to talk. You're supposed to have military bearing and like look straight across and have no facial expression. And my RDC turns around and he's like, "Couch." He's like, "Did somebody fart? What's so funny?"
Oh my gosh.
And then everyone started laughing. And he's like, "All right, that's it. Everybody get down on the deck." We cranked out push-ups until I couldn't push up.
No.
And we were in like our service uniform. So like you could barely move in it anyway. Everyone hated me after that. Like I got all of us beat that night, and it was hilarious because it was my favorite RDC, and like I know that he was kind of giggling on the inside too because it was just so funny. I still laugh about it. But you'll have those moments in boot camp that you look back and you're like, wow, this sucks. But you know what? It's not that bad.
Yeah, after so long, you like get into a rhythm and you're like, oh, I know what to expect this day, or I know what to expect later. My biggest advice for when you're first starting out is just look forward to meal times. Be like, I can make it until breakfast.
Yep.
Eat your breakfast, boom. I can make it until lunch.
Yes.
Eat your lunch, boom. Like that's like the only thing that kept me going until you're a couple weeks in and you get your like little routine and you know what to expect.
And that's one thing that they teach you is how to be cohesive as a team and how to like be a team player because you're no longer an individual.
Right.
And that's kind of like the military mindset, and that's what has made us work as a military. Like you have to come together as one force because it's like us against them, like us against their adversaries. And when we go to war, and like you have to have that team player mindset. So just I think the biggest thing is, like you said, stay out of the drama. Just don't talk trash.
It's just unnecessary.
Just like be quiet. Like golden rule number 1: if you have nothing nice to say,
don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything. Uh-oh. You wanna go get that? 1 second. Embrace the suck is the number 1 thing that the military teaches you and tells you. Embrace the suck. You're gonna learn how to operate on no sleep. You're gonna have some really down moments. But at the end of the day, we're all human. Your RTCs are human. They know that you're struggling. They know what boot camp is like. They've been through it. If you're struggling, like, lean on the other people next to you. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, please push it out to other people or like give it to anybody that wants to know more about Navy boot camp. Like, subscribe, all the things, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Take 1. We're starting.
Oh my god, this is recording.
Okay. Because 1, it's wow.
I know, I'm like nervous.
Because we're gonna start with where do we start? We went, okay, so a little